What's up everyone, it's Emma, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe by hitting that red subscribe button down below. So today's video, I asked on my Instagram questions you had about college, anything college, school related, whatever you wanted to know. So I'm going to do a little Q&A. Thought that would be fun. So if you aren't following me on Instagram, be sure to follow me over there because you're missing out on some great content, and you never know when I might do these polls or Q&As in the future. And if you want to take part, you can, but you might want to follow me so you don't miss it. Anyways, first question: what is your favorite thing about your major? So I'm majoring in psychology, for those of you who don't know. My favorite thing is knowing that what I'm learning now is going to help like hundreds, if not 1,000 people in the future in my career. So just knowing that what I'm passionate about and what I really like doing is going to benefit others, because I also really like helping other people too. Favorite thing about school? So school in particular, something that's different in college that I never really experienced in high school is that you get to pick your own classes, specifically like your times. You have a lot of options. You don't have to do like the recommended course path. You can choose like whatever electives you want. You can even choose professors if like that's available to you. Because not all classes you can, because there might only be one professor. It's really fun to have more of a say in what I learn. Something else that's kind of a perk of being in college is all the people, like professors and whoever else you have to like work with and talk to, they like have adult conversations with you and like respect you and value your opinion. Is it easy to find a balance between school and social life slash free time? So I know everyone's answer for this is going to be drastically different, but for me it is easy, mostly because I'm a super organized person and I like to get my stuff done like immediately. So school, I prefer to have all of my classes and work done from about 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's usually when I get the most productivity done. As far as social life, I don't really have one, if I'm being honest, because I don't know. So with COVID and everything, that doesn't change this because I wouldn't have a social life either way. But I don't do any like extra electives, or I'm not really in any clubs. So that obviously doesn't take up my time. And even like without COVID, if I was going to campus, usually I'd go to school and then that would be enough social interaction for one day, and I'd need to come home and have time to myself to, gather my energy, because I am a extreme introvert. But so that's that. Don't really have a social life, but free time is just whenever I have completed all of my schoolwork for the day or week or whatever, and I actually do have a job as well, so I work a couple days a week. How did you choose the right major? Well, I don't really know that there's a right major, but I chose my major like way before I went to college. Like I knew what I was going to do. So I'll kind of like do a quick synopsis of the story here. Basically, this is kind of funny. So a long time ago, I was forced to go to therapy because, I was that little quiet child who didn't want to do anything, and I hated it. And I was like, I don't know why people do this. Like, this is the last thing I ever want to do. Well, fast forward a few years, and I went back to therapy, except a new therapist who I love so much. So, anyways, through like working with her for the last like almost 4 years, I realized, I want to help people like she's helped me. And I don't know, it's just one of those things that like once I realized, like, you just have to find the right person, but when I realized that that's what I wanted to do, it was just kind of like a slap in the face because I had told myself I'm never doing that, but here I am doing that. In high school, I took a psychology class and sociology class junior year, and I was living for it. It was like the best thing ever. And this year, when I really started getting into like my major and taking classes and doing college stuff, like, I don't know, it made me really happy, and like my heart knew it was where it was supposed to be. So I kind of figured that out early on just through personal experience, but obviously not everyone has that like revelation of what they're going to do. Obviously, I can't tell you what the right major is for you, but just follow your heart and your instinct. How is college harder than high school? Well, college is actually easier than high school, believe it or not. You don't really have homework, it's just sometimes you'll have stuff to read and you can take your own notes, make Quizlets, do all of that. That's really what I consider my homework, but you don't really have homework ever. So that's really nice because in high school I had to study, do Quizlets, do all of that stuff, plus homework for 8 classes every night. But in college, you don't have 8 classes, and even if you somehow took 8 classes, you wouldn't have 8 every single day. You might have 2 on one day, 1 the next. So it's a lot more flexible. How do you manage social life and YouTube with college? Well, like I said earlier, I don't really have a social life, but YouTube with college. So at the beginning of every year, I write out all the dates for the videos that I'm going to be posting. So like I upload every Wednesday, so I have all the Wednesdays of the year like marked out, and then I'll start putting video ideas next to them and planning. And I like to be at least a month ahead, so let's say I'll have all of February's videos filmed and edited and ready to go before February starts. And that just helps because like if an exam comes up or I don't know, I get sick for some reason and I can't film, I'm not stressed about missing a video or any of that. And it also gives me a little wiggle room to, you know, either have free time or do whatever else I have to do. Is college stereotypical like in the movies? Dorms, crazy roommates, parties every night? From my experience, no, it's not like in the movies. In terms of like stress and all of that, definitely not what they portray. They like over dramatic. But now with dorms, crazy roommates and stuff, one, I don't live in a dorm, never have, never will. I don't plan on it. I commute to campus when I have to go. But as of right now, it's all online, so there's no point. But for the most part, as far as I'm aware, the dorms are pretty nice. You know, I have friends that live in them. They have like strictly girl dorms and strictly boy dorms. And then I think they might have like a few gender neutral. For the most part, like they keep it strict, like only girls are allowed in certain dorms, only boys in others. It just keeps things safe and prevents certain things or people taking advantage of others from happening. The parties every night. So I will say, even despite COVID, people have been having like full-on parties with hundreds of people and drinking and all of that. Now, one, I've never attended those, and I'm not a party person, so don't worry about me, but that the party part is kind of true. My last question for this Q&A is, do you prefer studying online or face-to-face? So I actually have never experienced college face-to-face. I mean, dual enrollment doesn't really count because I was in high school, but from what little experience, I guess you could say, I have face-to-face, like college-wise, I would prefer face-to-face, but online is also kind of nice because I can just show up in my pajamas every day and don't have to get ready, and I just sit there and listen. But at the same time, it also feels kind of counterproductive, like it doesn't really feel like I'm doing anything. I mean, online isn't terrible, just not ideal. those are all of the questions I will be answering today. Thank you for everyone who submitted questions. If I did not get to yours or you missed this and had a question, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will try to answer them all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And as always, I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye!